Saudi Arabia, Qatar, UAE, Bahrain, and Kuwait stand together. No attacks on Iran from our soil. Can Gulf nations really stay neutral as tensions between Iran and Israel keep rising? Or is neutrality just an illusion in the face of global powers pulling the strings? Today, on Noble Black News, we're diving into the complex world of Middle Eastern geopolitics. We'll break down how the Gulf states are navigating this dangerous game and why staying neutral might be their only hope for survival. Stay tuned to find out why this matters, not just for the region, but for the entire world. Can any country really stay neutral in a region that's on the edge of war? Or is neutrality just a cover for hidden agendas? As tensions between Iran and Israel heat up, Gulf states claim to be neutral. But is that even possible in today's geopolitical world, especially when the US and other major powers pick sides? In this video, we'll explore if Gulf nations can maintain their neutrality and why it matters so much. Let's break it down. Recently, Gulf nations like Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, Qatar, Kuwait, Oman, and Bahrain have reassured Iran of their neutral stance. But why is this such a big deal? Historically, the Middle East has been a battleground for global powers, whether for control over resources, influence, or military strategy. From colonial rule to Cold War proxy wars, the region has suffered from foreign interference. Gulf leaders have learned from history that neutrality is key to their survival, their main goal: to keep their lands from becoming battlefields in foreign conflicts. The Gulf Wars left lasting scars. Kuwait, for example, still remembers the devastation from the 1990 war. Gulf nations know that letting foreign powers use their land to launch attacks on neighbors like Iran could have serious consequences. So, today, Gulf countries are drawing a hard line. They've said no foreign troops will launch attacks against Iran from their soil. This isn't just talk. Through diplomatic channels, they've made it clear that while they host US military bases, those bases won't be used for offensive strikes on Iran. But Gulf nations are walking a tightrope. They need to maintain security ties with the West, especially the US, which provides crucial defense support. At the same time, they must assure Iran they aren't part of any aggression. For Iran, these reassurances matter. The country has long viewed foreign military bases as a threat, and Gulf neutrality helps calm those fears, at least for now. Gulf leaders also recognize the broader danger of an Iran-Israel conflict. They know that this could spiral out of control and possibly trigger a global crisis. The Middle East has always been a volatile region, and small conflicts can easily escalate when global powers get involved. By staying neutral, Gulf nations hope to prevent the conflict from spreading and drawing in superpowers like the US, Russia, and China. Their aim is to keep the situation from spiraling into a global war. Quick reminder, if you're finding this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Noble Black News for more deep dives into geopolitics and world events. Now, here's another reason why Gulf neutrality is important: regional unity. The Gulf Cooperation Council, GCC, has worked hard to keep Arab states united. They know that internal division weakens their collective power. If they take sides in this conflict, it could split the Arab world even further. But perhaps the biggest reason for staying neutral is economic. Gulf economies are tied to oil, and any disruption in oil production could have devastating effects. The region still remembers the 2019 attack on Saudi Arabia's oil facilities, allegedly carried out by Iran or its proxies. That attack shook global oil markets and exposed the Gulf's vulnerability. If the Iran-Israel conflict escalates, Gulf oil fields could become major targets. Any damage to these facilities would not only cripple the region, but also cause a global energy crisis. So Gulf nations see neutrality as their best option. It helps protect their oil wealth and prevents them from being dragged into the crossfire. But even neutrality has its risks. Iran has already hinted that it might target any country it views as supporting the West or Israel, regardless of their neutral stance. On top of that, the world's shift toward renewable energy is putting pressure on Gulf countries to diversify their economies. Plans like Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030 aim to reduce dependence on oil, but for now, oil remains their economic backbone. So, will Gulf nations succeed in staying neutral? Or will the rising tensions force them to take sides? What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you want to stay informed with more content like this, hit subscribe and click the bell icon for updates from Noble Black News.
I speak a lot about the leaders of Iran. Yet at this pivotal moment, I want to address you, the people of Iran. I want to do so directly, without filters, without middlemen. Every day, you see a regime that subjugates you make fiery speeches about defending Lebanon, defending Gaza. Yet every day, that regime plunges our region deeper into darkness and deeper into war. Every day, their puppets are eliminated. Ask Mohammed Def. Ask Nasrallah. There is nowhere in the Middle East Israel cannot reach. There is nowhere we will not go to protect our people and protect our country. With every passing moment, the regime is bringing you, the noble Persian people, closer to the abyss. The vast majority of Iranians know their regime doesn't care a whit about them. If it did care, if it cared about you, it would stop wasting billions of dollars on futile wars across the Middle East. It would start improving your lives. Imagine if all the vast money the regime wasted on nuclear weapons and foreign wars were invested in your children's education and improving your health care, in building your nation's infrastructure, water, sewage, all the other things that you need. Imagine that. But you know one simple thing. Iran's tyrants don't care about your future, but you do. When Iran is finally free, and that moment will come a lot sooner than people think, everything will be different. Our two ancient peoples, the Jewish people and the Persian people, will finally be at peace. Our two countries, Israel and Iran, will be at peace. When that day comes, the terror network that the regime built in 5 continents will be bankrupt, dismantled. Iran will thrive as never before. Global investment, massive tourism, brilliant technological innovation based on the tremendous talents that exist inside Iran. Doesn't that sound better than endless poverty, repression, and war? From Qom to Isfahan, from Shiraz to Tabriz, there are tens of millions of good and decent people with thousands of years of history behind them and a brilliant future ahead of them. Don't let a small group of fanatic theocrats crush your hopes and your dreams. You deserve better. Your children deserve better. The entire world deserves better. I know you don't support the rapists and murderers of Hamas and Hezbollah, but your leaders do. You deserve more. The people of Iran should know Israel stands with you. May we together know a future of prosperity and peace.
Thank you for watching Noble Black News, where we strive to bring you the real stories and perspectives that truly matter. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your community, and leave your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our latest content. Together, let's continue to uncover the untold stories and celebrate the achievements of the global Black community. Stay tuned for more powerful stories. Until next time.